In today's video, we are going to talk about self-awareness. What is it that we can do to become self-aware, and why is it important to be self-aware? So, let me first of all tell you what is self-awareness. Self-awareness is nothing but understanding yourself well. It is understanding your communication style, personality style. It is about understanding your strengths, weaknesses, and most importantly, your trigger thoughts that drift you towards negative emotions. Now, why is it important to become self-aware? Because once you understand your trigger thoughts, you are in better control of your behavior, your actions, and of course the words that you utter. And with all of that, you come out as a better manager, effective leader, and most importantly a better human being and also an influencer. So it is very important to understand one's own self. But let me ask you a very honest question. Tell me, genuinely tell me whether you know yourself well. Okay, so for you to understand, to bring you closer to the answer, let me give you a couple of scenarios, and I'm sure these are very commonplace scenarios, and think about it. I will ask you a question after I tell you the scenarios, and that will help you become aware about your own self-awareness level. So the first scenario is at workplace there is a bossy colleague and you feel very overpowered by her presence. So much so that whenever you have to put across some point, and if this colleague of yours is present, you feel tongue-tied. Okay, and once that happens, it just leaves you feeling very powerless. You feel even though you are very competent, very capable, you just feel very belittled in front of this colleague of yours. Okay, so this is the first scenario. Second scenario is, let's say it's one of your close friend. She calls you up and you speak to her very nicely, very well, and after the call gets over, for no reason you are very disturbed. You feel very anxious, and some sort of negative feelings come. Now why this comes, we don't know, but yeah, it happens that whenever a particular person calls you up, it leaves you with negative emotions after the interaction is over. Now let's look at the third scenario. Now, third scenario is that you are present at a family event or maybe a social gathering, and you are feeling anxious for no reason. You feel restless with the thought of being there at the event, and also even while you're present, you have very tough time interacting with people around you. Okay, this is the third scenario. And the fourth scenario is a very common scenario, which is you are driving home, and there is a lot of traffic that you meet on the way, and you are very irritated obviously, and this, after you reach home, you are taking out the frustration on your kids, people at home, probably your spouse. So I have told you all the four scenarios, and now my question to you is, when you come across such situations or scenarios, and which are very common, and it could be any other situation wherein you feel or you face negative emotions after the event has occurred, not necessarily only these four scenarios. Now, do you really introspect? Do you really think about it as to why was your reaction in that manner? Do you really think about what is it that you could have done to respond in a better manner? Most of the time we react to a particular situation when it is unfavorable instead of responding. So when you react and when you respond, there is a difference. The situation is the same, but when you react, it is very instantaneous kind of behavior that you give. When you respond, you just put a stop in between. You think rationally, and then your behavior or your actions or words come out. So there's a difference between reaction, which is spontaneous, immediate, and when you respond is you think through and you come out in a much better and composed manner. Now when you become self-aware, automatically you become aware of your triggers, which push you, which drift you towards negative emotions, and your mind builds a shielding mechanism against this negative emotions and stops you from getting carried away towards the negative emotions. Now it is very important to acknowledge these negative emotions, because otherwise they'll keep getting buried, and they will come out in much stronger form. So definitely do acknowledge these emotions, but make sure that you are not drifting towards the negative emotions. And when you become self-aware, when you become aware of your triggers, when you become aware of your thoughts and the consequent actions, you automatically come out in a better and calm manner. Now this is what is the importance of self-awareness. Now let me give you a very simple technique that will help you become self-aware or increase your self-awareness level. Now this technique is very commonly used all across. It's called as journaling. What is journaling? Journaling is nothing but writing down without any judgment about yourself, without any restrictions, just letting all your thoughts that are bottled up in your mind come down on a piece of paper. Now journaling helps you empty your mind. It makes you feel calmer. That's the objective of journaling. But the way we are going to use it for self-awareness is after you have journaled, especially after an event that has left you disturbed. Okay, you come back home or you write down your thoughts on a piece of paper. It could be a couple of lines, or it could be even 3 to 4 pages. Just go without any restriction. Just put down everything on a piece of paper. Now leave this paper as it is. You're not going to do anything with it right now. You're just going to leave it in a safe place, the diary in a safe place, and revisit it whenever you are in a better state of mind. Probably over a weekend, or maybe with a cup of coffee, you sit down and look at what you have written and underline all those emotions which are negative, and you will see a lot of them because you have obviously journaled these things after a negative event has happened. Now ask yourself, why is it that this why is it that your reaction was in a particular pattern? And just don't stop there. The key is, what is it that you can do differently to avoid the same reaction? Now when you ask this question, what is it that I can do to avoid this reaction, you're going to get solutions to the problem. And next time whenever you face a particular situation, you are going to implement these solutions. Am I right? So for example, going back to the first scenario wherein we talked about a colleague who is bossy, and when you after you come back and you write down that, okay, I felt very insulted, I felt insecure, or I felt very intimidated by the her presence, and I was not able to put across my point. Ask, why did that happen? And you will probably get an answer that because she's overpowering and she tries to boss around and always tries to dominate you. Now what is it that you can do about it? Now probably you need to work on your communication skills. You need to build your confidence level. You need to make it a point, make it a practice to, no matter what, put your point across firmly whenever she is present. Now when you work in this manner, when you look at why and when you look at what, you get the solution. And next time when this situation happens, you're not going to be at loss of words, or you're not going to feel tongue-tied in front of the same colleague. Now you take any scenario, you can apply this technique and come to solution, and you can use the solution to make your further interactions better. I hope you found this video useful on self-awareness and you will use this technique to become more self-aware. I will see you soon with another video. Till then, bye and take care, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have liked my video. Bye.